beautiful. The next step is Atmecha Vyavasiyatam. So now comes the emergence, the birth of a seeker. Up to this point, there is no seeker. He is an ordinary man, wanting to just be happy and then going about the ways the society teaches and promises and the commercials and all these things that is given to us. We chase for that happiness, chase in the world itself. But finally he recognizes, only after the recognition his mind turns, it shifts. So I gain an interest for this happiness and I stop looking out there. And he says, once you get a spark of this interest, what interest? Of self-knowledge, knowing. If you have heard somewhere that, the other day in my town this one Swami arrived and in my friend's house and he called me for satsang and I went there and he said things that really made sense. It made sense. Yes, it made sense, lot of sense. He talked about the impermanence and this and that, and I said, yeah, that's true. And then he said that the answer to this search is you. Because the search emerges from you because you don't have knowledge of the subject, the observer, the seer, you yourself. Do you know who you are? And he asked these questions and I began to wonder, do I know who I am? And these questions it triggered something in me. So he says, when such trigger happens, then you know what you should do. The next thing to do is what? Your heart has been ignited for the permanent answer. It's been ignited and a right turn has come. You have to get on track now. And therefore he says, Nija grihat turnam vinirgamyatam. So he says, this is going to lead you to a time of introspection. How do you do introspection? You do introspection not by living on Wall Street, morning to night checking the stocks. Busy that you are a busy bee. No, you need to pause. You need to take a break. You need to put your car, your vehicle in low gear and maybe pause for some time so you can really look at what has gone by in your life. Where are you headed? This period of life, psychology calls it midlife crisis, They call it a crisis. Because I've done everything. My parents are the dying generation. My children are the leaving generation, leaving the house. And I suddenly feel empty. So nothing remains with me. All that I thought was permanent is obviously becoming more and more impermanent. And when this happens, what should you do? He says, take to the next ashrama, Vanaprastha ashrama. He says, leave your home. Leave your home. This walk, walking within, the walking within, the entering the new life journey requires us to pause. Remember, this is 1,000 years ago this has been written. It was not an age of computers where gurus enter your living room, Sometimes you can even listen to Sadhana Panchakam, cooking your dinner and laying in bed and or doing some other yoga asanas, God knows what all happens. When the videos are not on, we always wonder. But Vedanta students and our students, I trust, they are all fully with me. Yeah, this discipline we all have. But think of this privilege that we are able to really focus. You receive knowledge only when you focus. Knowledge doesn't come in multitasking. Try to derive a mathematical equation by multitasking, little bit of sambar you make and then sit and do your calculations. Doesn't work like that. Knowledge requires a exclusive focus so that you absorb what is being said. And so those days it was said, when such a recognition come, leave your routine, leave your home, and then do what? Go out, go out. So move away, enter into nivritti marga, go to the ashram, find a guru, find somebody, you realize the limitation of karma, and therefore the vairagya has emerged, detachment has emerged, and you now need to find your answers. When your head is on fire, you can't just sit, you have to just go, dash towards where the water is it not? You don't say, I will quench this fire, let my children finish college and then let them get a job, and once they get married, then I will quench this fire on my head. Hey, you have no time. You see nothing else but this. So this kind of a urge, the call, the call, the inner call, when there is an inner calling, those days people left home and went. Nowadays, the gurus enter the home and therefore you don't get a chance to leave the home. You need not leave your home, but you definitely need to be an awakened soul. It's called awakening. There are awakened souls and sleeping souls in humanity. So remember, sleeping souls are not physically sleeping to their own self. They haven't woken up to knowing there is such a alternate available, there is such an answer available. So those who are exposed to some teachings of this nature, already you are in a journey of awakening. Please recognize, you thank Bhagavan that you are in that journey. You have come into that path. And so this verse completes by telling us, move into the third ashrama called Vanaprastha.